Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast, right here on FanStream Sports. It is a Wednesday, which means it is a preview Wednesday here on From the Rough, alongside the one, the only PGA of America member, Johnny Gerber. I'm INdyCarTim. Oh, Johnny, you're on the wrong side on the video. I got to move you over. How's that?
We haven't done it for a couple weeks. Here we go again. It's just like starting new again. Just like starting new.
Johnny missed the Monday show, so you guys got the Johnny Free Monday recap from me. We hope that you enjoyed that thoroughly, as I made an ass out of myself the entire broadcast. But I didn't get any bad like anti-fan mail or anything, Johnny. So I didn't have death threats like our buddy Nico is over at the Mavs. I didn't get any of that going on. So it couldn't have been too bad. I don't think
it was good. It was good.
But Johnny is back. He's got his picks ready for you for the Genesis Invitational, a very makeshift Genesis Invitational, as they've had to change venues, they've changed cities, they've done everything. And I'm not going to lie, I think I'm more excited about it at Torrey Pines than I would have been at Riviera. I don't dislike Riviera, like the old Buick, I guess, when they're a Buick Riviera. Yeah. But I mean, Torrey Pines, come on, that's way better of a golf venue, at least in my opinion, I think. What do you think about
What's wrong with your phone? You about to call somebody? You keep jacking with your phone. You're nervous.
A little bit.
It's the first time you ever did a golf show.
I got to share the show. I was getting ready to share the show. I was waiting for you to talk so I could go and do my thing here.
Yeah, a little different venue. But, I mean, listen, Riviera is certainly as prestigious as Torrey Pines, so you can't go back and forth. It's just different. It's weird. I caught myself a little bit also, thinking that we were playing Riviera, but it just kind of caught me that we are back in Torrey Pines, and it certainly adjusts my picks when it comes to that because even though it is Southern California, the golf courses, Riviera certainly is a little more quirky than Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines is a little bit more in front of you, sits on the ocean as Riviera, LA, a little more inland of a golf course, but still has elevation, still has the same type of Poanya green. So there is some characteristics player-wise that these guys are going to kind of go into that the games will fit. You have to be a little bit more creative at Riviera,
right. But
I certainly think that I certainly think similar styles will be important. Torrey Pines is going to play extremely long. It will always play longer as Riviera, especially this week. How wet. If you watch some of the coverage, I mean, they've had some of the rain and the cold that I got last week when I was at Pebble Beach. But it's going to be a long ballpark. The rough is going to be up. So, your guys who drive the ball extremely straight, great long iron players is certainly going to be a key this week. And we'll talk about a little later on the show. That's how we kind of adjusted our picks.
Yeah. And I announced on Monday as we were going over, after I finished the recap, as I was sort of talking about the Genesis a little bit, we announced that Tiger had announced he would be playing at the Genesis, the tournament that he has hosted since 2020. And of course, now after the announcement of the death of his mother, he has withdrawn. So he will not be, and I don't know how excited he would have been anyway playing at Torrey Pines instead of Riviera. Just because of his health and stuff. I know there's way more elevation changes at Torrey Pines than there is at Riviera. So I'm not sure how he would have managed that or if that would have benefited him at all. But of course, the death of his mother takes priority over all of that. And, we certainly thoughts and prayers go out to the Woods family and all the kids and the grandkids and all of that stuff. So, but he will not be here at Torrey Pines as he continues, as he said, processing his mother's death. Now, I just heard that she died. It wasn't like sudden, right? I mean, she was kind of up there a little bit.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was weird because we saw her at TGL and that was kind of like a week prior. So it was really strange. I mean, you can't really tell, they have that private he's super private anyway, so we may never know cause of death. Who knows
Right.
when it comes to that. But to go back a little bit to the golf course, if Tiger was relatively healthy, he would have much rather play Torrey Pines than Riviera for the tournament, just because of his past success there at Torrey Pines. I believe he's won 8 times, including the U.S. Open there.
Well, I know he finished in the top 10 in 2020 there at the Farmers. But
Riviera, that's maybe the only golf course. I know he hasn't won there. So that's one of those golf courses that, he loves to death. That's where he got his first start in a PGA Tour event at 16 years old. Obviously holds near and dear to his heart, but he's never really had a lot of success on the golf course when it comes to the course itself. A Riviera doesn't mean he doesn't like it. He does like it. But certainly if you have it to apples, he would certainly like to play Torrey Pines in any event, kind of like what he does at Murfield. It's when this is all we always say, horses for courses. And if you look at Torrey and Murfield Village in Columbus, he's had a lot of his success there and a lot of his PGA Tour wins.
Yeah. So thoughts and prayers with Tiger and his family as they deal with the death of his mother. I can never pronounce her name. I don't want to butcher it on the air.
Kutita.
Okay, whatever. Coachella. I could never remember what it was. So get better, Tiger, and get your head straight. And can't wait to see you come back and not break Jack's major record. Because
could be if we kind of look at probably not. But the speculation will probably start. When will he play again? When will it? Maybe somewhere in Florida. May play. Players Championship. Certainly, I think he plays.
Yeah.
It's an easy walk. I think getting back to Florida, I don't think the weather, I'm not saying it's a blessing in disguise, but with the weather that they're probably going to have this week, it was probably a little bit, it would surprise me anyways if he would finish just because of the weather. The circumstances have to be almost ideal for him to be able to complete after withdrawing last year again from there, even though it is. Riviera is just as hilly as Torrey. It is.
Yeah.
So it's still a tough deal. But I'm looking for maybe, him continue to take some time off, start to maybe the Florida swing.
Right.
Certainly, I think the Players Championship, maybe something up. Bay Hill, probably he'll play. I would be my first guess just because of the success that he has had there, close to home, things like that. So certainly, I think there's going to be some events on his horizon. You never know with Tiger. Is this a motivating factor for him also? When a lot of times when he deals with adversity like this, he gets more motivated. So I really certainly think that he'll be on the schedule soon. And I think I think it goes Bay Hill. And then I think certainly he'll play the Players Championship.
We're just less than even a month removed from the regular stop at Torrey Pines. So it should be fresh on everybody's minds here. We're going to have our boy
Scotty Scheffler
make his third start of the season. Hasn't really been a factor this year so far, and I really hope that continues. Not sure if you got to hear my summary, my recap of everybody, my grades. I thought Spieth played really, really well last time out. I was especially coming off the injury and all the changes he's going through. I thought he probably exceeded my expectations at least, considering everything that he's going through and especially the surgery. But even Scotty, a little bit early in contention, but fell off late, which is fine. He can do that every week as far as I'm concerned. But everybody's gathering back at Torrey Pines as the tour now returns to those cliffs out in California for the Genesis Invitational in San Diego, because of the wildfires out in California. I don't ever hear about them anymore. I just assumed they were all gone, but I guess not.
I hope they are. Are they still going? I
don't know. I guess so.
I hope so. I hope they're going.
It's the third signature event of the season on the South Course at Torrey Pines instead of Riviera. And of course, we just talked about Tiger. He committed to the field last Friday. Then he pulled his name as he continues to mourn the loss of his mother. But we still will have Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, two of the top players in the game. They'll be headlining the field. The world number one arrives at Torrey Pines following a head-scratching performance at the WM Phoenix Open. Head-scratching for everyone except for me, because I called it, by the way. He shot a back nine 41 on Sunday to finish T25. So what I have to say to Scotty is, Good. But Rory's looking to keep a good thing going as he tees it up for the first time since winning at Pebble Beach at the Johnny Gerber course at Pebble Beach in the second signature event of the season. Scheffler and McIlroy have done a lot of winning over the last few years, and they've sort of been hogging the win column, as a lot of the peers have not. You've got native Californians, your boy Colin Morikawa, and of course your other boy Patrick Cantlay, your two favorite golfers in the world.
As you just did. I can't even do it. Now, how'd you do it? I can't do it. I can't even do it. I don't think I even did that as a kid. I did that other ways, but not. There you go.
That's close enough. We'll take it. Yeah, I'm gonna make it drop.
I spit all over my laptop here.
All over the microphone and the screen. Yeah, there you go. But a lot of guys are looking to re-enter the winner's circle, as does, of course, Ryder Cup teammate Justin Thomas, who continues to play fine golf.
Yeah.
They're joined in the field by the likes of Maverick McNeely, Russell Henley, Keegan Bradley, Jordan Spieth, and Sammy Burns, while the Americans pack a punch. Those who hail from outside the United States have been the ones to find the early season success. 5 of the 6 winners in 2025 have been international players, with Matsuyama, Sepp Straka, and McIlroy, of course, heading that pack. You've got Sung J M, Tom Kim, Minwoo Lee, Jason Day. All of them hope to join Matsuyama as international winners, as do Europeans like Rasmus Højgaard. Watched him play a little bit over at the WM Phoenix Open. Robert T. McIntyre, as I had him on your card earlier. I didn't even notice that, by the way. Roberti, but it was with a Y. Robert T. McIntyre. Ludwig Oberg, Tommy Fleetwood, and Shane Lowry all appear primed to contend at this former major venue. It is the 2025 Genesis Invitational, Torrey Pines Golf Course, the South Course in San Diego, which of course translates into Spanish as a whale's vagina. Par 72, 7,765 yards. Your purse, Johnny, for this third signature event of the season, $20 million. How you like him?
Yeah. I mean, listen, the South Course is certainly the harder of the two golf courses, even though that they did it. The only difference that you're really going to see is, when they play the what's the name? They played a few weeks ago.
Which one?
They're only playing South Course. They're not playing both courses this week, just because it's a signature event. When they play in the, did I say Buick? I always say
Farmers.
Buick. Farmers.
Yeah,
I'm always used to calling it Buick. It was Buick for so long. All right, and that, obviously
should still be Buick.
Yeah, right. But they're only playing South Course just because of the limited field and things like that. It's not a big full field. So, you look at some of the scoring records that they have on the South Course, and certainly, like I just said, they made the North Course harder over the years and redid it. So it's not, the North Course wasn't nearly as big of a layup as it used to be, but South Course certainly is more difficult. Watching the coverage again, the rough is going to be, this is really going to lend to they're going to play at 7,600 yards, lend to the long high ball hitters. The rough is going to be thick. So these guys are going to feel like I did last week at Pebble Beach. They're wearing that 3 and 4 iron out.
Yeah.
Out. And some of these par 4s. So you'll see a little bit later when we go in our card, look at some of the guys that potentially played well at Pebble Beach, staying on that kind of form of playing Poe greens and playing those type of fairways. So, I hate saying it. Rory's going to have another good shot here this week. He's playing well, even though he did take week off in Phoenix, but you're playing a similar type of the grass as opposed to what those guys were playing last week in Phoenix. So look at maybe some of the guys that did play well at Pebble Beach will continue some of that form on that type of grass and golf course.
Very good. Let's take a quick break here on From the Rough before we get into the odds and some of the players. We'll talk about some of the field and the favorites and what our thoughts on them. And then, of course, towards the end of the show, Johnny's winning picks, my dartboard picks for you right here on Fan Stream Sports. I'm Timmy. That's Johnny, and we'll be back after this.
sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today, snag that window decal, or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Hi, golfers. IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
For more than 3 decades, Bob's Steak and Chop House has remained an icon of DFW restaurants. Why? Well, maybe it's because of Bob. He's fanatical about cleanliness and friendliness, and his food, oh my Lord, his food. If you've been there, you know about it. If you haven't been there, you should know about it. The original Bob welcomes you at either of his 2 locations, Bob's on Lemon Avenue or the sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch, McKinney.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7, day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That guy over there is Johnny the Gerbman Gerbinator, PGA of America member. Johnny the Gerbman Gerbinator.
Tired PGA of a member.
A very tired Johnny, world traveler Johnny. I think I mentioned 18 or 19 destinations for you for this season on Monday's show. I don't know.
Sounds right.
I don't know what you do, to be honest.
Back on the road tomorrow.
On the road again.
Yeah.
Where are you going tomorrow? Is that Columbus, KC, Tampa, or Swahili?
2 of the 3. Swahili and KC. Columbus, KC tomorrow for a little week or so road trip, and then back here, and then I think we need to talk about we got invited to do that live Valspar. How about that?
Yeah.
Live from Valspar in Tampa. We'll see.
I talked
We'll see
about
if we'll
that
be
on
able to
Monday
pull
as
it off.
well.
And also, we got the invite. I think I told you to do the live shows from Heritage in Hilton Head the week after the Masters. So
I have not heard about that one.
yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what we can do being on the road. I might not have a teaching job or a golf professional job here soon if I keep on the road. No, just kidding. The retreat down here in south of Fort Worth, they've been great. They're supporting the show, supporting everything that we're doing, giving us an opportunity to do some live broadcasts out there. Also, as soon as it stops snowing here in Fort Worth, maybe we'll be able to do that out there. But this
I'm not want to check for asbestos because we hadn't had snow in a month.
Well, I don't know where you're at, but it was cold, windy, and wet today. We had to cover the greens out the retreat today. So
really?
Yesterday because we got some cold weather coming in. But hey, listen, it's that time of year. It feels like Columbus. If you know
Gross.
if all you listeners out there, I know we have a lot of Columbus people watching the show, and we really appreciate it. I know how you feel with the winters because we're getting this in Fort Worth. This is like the longest of weird weather ever since I've lived in Texas. I know a few years ago we had that really nasty cold and snowed and shut all the roads down for 4 or 5 days. But for the stretch, I don't remember it being
like right now. Oh, to me, this is normal. Like this is just typical winter in Dallas for me. Like from what I know of, like this is nothing extraordinary. I mean, it's we did have a lot of snow for one day a month ago, but now it's rainy and it's in the 40s every day and it's just that's January in Dallas for me. That's all. Or February.
Well, it's February, but the superintendent at the retreat, this is the 4th time we've had to cover the greens because of frost and because of cold weather. Yeah. And he said he's never done that before 4 times. Oh, wow. He said he's done it once or twice in the course of the winter. This is the 4th time we've had to do it and maybe have to do it one more time. So I'm not a meteorologist by any means, or am I a Texas historian when it comes to weather, but I am just going off the people that know more than me. That's why I gave that reference. So, yeah, I mean, I might as well be in Columbus if I'm going to deal with this crap.
Is this what Columbus is like? Because I would want to shoot myself.
For 3 months.
And all of the Ohio State fans, I would want to shoot myself.
You would do that first before the weather because you can stay home with the.
When we build a studio in Columbus and I have to go up there for a few days to get things in order to keep everybody in shape.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I'm going to wear? I'm going to wear all my Michigan stuff.
There's
every
people.
Day I'm in Columbus.
You'd be like Nancy.
Yeah,
she loves it. She'll. You guys can hold hands, walk into Ollie's or something. Ollie's or Gabe's or Mark's, all three. You guys. She's got her little routine. She'll go to all three, and she'll wear her. She wears her Michigan gear. I think she wears bells. She has these boots that has bells on them, so they can hear, so everybody can look at her Michigan stuff.
That's really weird. Maybe I'll get some bells on my boots.
Yeah.
Hey, did you say boots or boobs? You said boots, right?
Boots.
Bells on the boots.
Of course I said boots.
I'm just checking. I mean,
jeez.
I've seen some weird things on some boobs before, but never bells.
Yeah.
Lots of pasties.
Michigan. Yeah.
Especially up in Michigan.
Listen, that Mark's and Gabe's and Ollie's aren't strip clubs, so you can't say pasties.
Hey, we might get a pasty sponsorship.
Maybe.
Never know. I'll wear them.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
I had a listener send me some Dallas Cowboys pasties and dared me to wear them on the air.
Oh, boy.
I mean, that's on the other show. No, I haven't done it
yet.
My nipples are a little puffy lately. I got to try to get them down to size.
It's the cold weather.
They're pointy and puffy.
Yeah.
I call that band name, by the way.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, the players this week at Torrey Pines for the Genesis, or is it Genesee Invitational? Of course, your favorite. I'll give you one guess. Who's your
Rory
favorite?
McIlroy.
Oh, that is incorrect, sir.
Scotty's the favorite after even Rory won?
It is.
Here's Johnny.
It is Scotty Scheffler at 4-1 is your favorite. He played himself into contention kind of early, right? At the final round of the WM Phoenix Open, but then he struggled on the back nine. I mentioned that 41 that he shot, and he fell down the leaderboard. For the second straight tournament, though, he lost strokes around the green, something he hasn't done in like 3 years. But he hit a number of uncharacteristic shots throughout the week in Scottsdale, had a ton of penalty strokes added to his score. I couldn't have been happier, by the way.
He shanked one out of the bunker the first round. I did see that.
He did. It was awesome. He's still clearly the dumbest, stupidest, best player in the world, though. There's no question. And, it'll take him a nanosecond to get things back in order, I think, once he just figures some things out around the green. At 7-1. So he's clearly far behind Scotty Scheffler. Rory McIlroy at 7-1. It's been a dream start for him this season, I think. He nabbed another victory at a signature event thanks to a conservative approach at Pebble. I have a feeling that, look, and I haven't played Pebble, but I feel like a conservative approach is usually the best approach at a place like Pebble. I don't know how you play it, but I would think that would be the way to go with all of the dangers around the course. What do you?
Well, there's only, if you really look at Pebble, there's only when you go in and it goes in and out, there's 6 holes are on the ocean that can get you in the trouble. But he hits it so far. We were talking about it all week. Some of the places that Rory hit it.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way. Like, there's just no, I'm saying there's no way in jest because there is a way, because it's the cameras don't lie.
Yeah,
but there's just no way. There's no way that some of the lines that he took, and we talked about this all week during the tournament, which is ridiculous. I mean, we talk about 14, a 600-yard par 5. He hits it over the houses and hits 7-iron, which is, first off, to even get it that high up in the air is a joke. And then 18, he's hitting 8-iron. Just some of the places that's why I played so bad, is just I was just like, there's no way he could hit, and that's not why, but there's just some of the places he was hitting and was just incredible. But
you never told me what you hit on any of your rounds. I know y'all were delayed by some weather when you first got there, but you never did text me and go, yeah, I shot a 68 today.
Well, that's because I didn't. That's because I didn't.
88? Is that more like
nowhere close to that. I'm not shooting in the 80s.
86?
No, I don't shoot in the 80s.
On the front nine?
No, that's you. No, I ain't doing that.
But Pebbles.
Yeah, but it was it's just some of the lines. But again, this fits the mold. Rory doesn't play well. When Rory is aggressive, that's when Rory plays his best.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have to when he drives the ball like he is driving it. This golf course is it's not gonna be as easy as Pebble.
Right.
Just lengthwise, it's gonna play longer. But when he drives it the way he drives it, I don't really think there's anyone that can beat him. I really don't.
Well, and at a place 7,800 yards like this, he's probably going to be able to use his length a little bit, right? At Torrey Pines. So
yes, absolutely.
And he's driving the ball as well as anybody right now. Seems to found his groove a little bit on the approach shots. It's not a usual stop on the playing schedule for him, but Torrey Pines has treated him pretty well. He doesn't have any finishes outside of the top 20 in 4 starts. So look for Rory to continue playing well this week. Colin Morikawa at 14-1, Johnny. He may not have the length of his counterparts, but he makes up for it with his wife. I'm sorry, he makes up for it with his accuracy. Among the most accurate drivers in the field, he'll need to hit the fairways, stay out of the traps, and he'll need to hit fairways like in bunches, I think, in order for him to contend this week. He's second in strokes gained tee to green and second in strokes gained approach so far this season. I wouldn't pick Colin Morikawa to do too terribly well this week, but what I think doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, you analyzed him perfect, especially the wife part. But when you look at it's just going to be the golf course is just going to be too long. I mean, there's going to be a couple par 4s out there that he's going to have to hit hybrid and 3-iron and 4-iron, and some of these other guys will be hitting 6-iron and 5-irons and 7-irons. So that's really the only thing that's going to help him. The greens are going to be soft, so those long irons are going to hold a little bit better than most on a normal day. But I just don't think that the advantage with all these other guys linked, I just don't think he's going to have an opportunity to make that many birdies like other guys will.
Yeah, agreed. Justin Thomas at 18-1, man, he's improving. He seems to be out of the doldrums that he was in a couple of years ago, and then started the season with a little bit last year. His putting is improving. He's ranking as a bottom 11 putter on the PGA Tour last year, but he's sort of found his groove this year. He checks inside the top 30 in strokes gained putting among those that are playing this week. He also appears to look like he's making putts more consistently, from what I can tell. He has struggled at times with the big stick, but that, hopefully is something that he figures out. And if he can get control of his drives and continue to putt well, look out. He could be back in 2022 form and get his first win since that PGA Championship.
Yeah, I love how he's playing. We talked about this before the season started, who's going to kind of have a breakout year, comeback year. And I told you, I said, Justin Thomas, I like the way he was playing in the fall. I liked some of the events that he was doing. I think his life's a little bit more settled down in West Palm, having the child and things like that. His dad moving down there. So I said it at the beginning of the year or the end of last year. I think he's going to have a big year, especially being a Ryder Cup year. I think him and Jordan Spieth certainly are motivated to be on that Ryder Cup team, especially here in the United States.
Hideki Matsuyama at 25-1. He's technically the defending champion, but it's on a different course. So what's Hideki's history sort of here at Torrey Pines, and does he have a shot to repeat?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he just, he fits the mold. If he's driving the golf ball well, certainly he hits it high, he hits it far. I'm just concerned about his putter. He's just, he's switching around a little bit of a bulky putter. I liked him if it was at Riviera a little bit more than I do if it was Torrey Pines, but he certainly has a shot if he's driving the golf ball decent. He can't putt it marginal and drive it marginal. He just can't do that. So, especially if the golf course is soft. So we'll see. I think he has a shot. He's not on our card, but it certainly wouldn't surprise me if he's in contention.
Our buddy Ludwig Oberg at 25-1 along with Hideki. His first 5 rounds of the season were great, but since then he's been sick and he's still recovering from that illness. I don't know what it was, but it has certainly hampered his efforts this year. He opened with a 63 on the North Course at Torrey Pines, but then he struggled to play through that illness. He fell down the leaderboard and then withdrew from his next start at Pebble Beach. He's one of the best drivers in the game. He hasn't been his normal self in that department this year yet, I don't think. And he's got to figure something out or get healthy or what, but he is not playing well this year at all.
Yeah, and it's all illness. I mean, he played solid at the beginning of the year. It's certainly illness. I watched him on the range and getting some coverage. I like to watch these guys before I make my picks and see how they're playing. Obviously, the weather is going to be bad. And it's not going to help him. But self-admittingly, he said he's trying to figure out. He said he lost about 15 pounds.
Yeah.
From his illness. So that's a big deal when it comes to that. And we'll see how his energy factor is, especially with bad weather. So I didn't really like him on our betting spot, but hopefully he can get healthy. That stuff's been going around no matter what part of the country you are, and especially with guys like that. Hopefully he'll get healthy. I don't like him this week. I don't like that variable of health for him. Especially losing that much weight in his energy level, especially going to be a long week. If the weather was going to be good, maybe I would consider him a little bit more, but I think the weather is going to be poor, and that's certainly not going to help him.
Did Scotty and Jordan give him the hand herpes that they were dealing with, or is it something different?
No, I don't think so. It's weird that both Jordan and Scotty had hand injuries, right? Isn't that weird? And they're from
other
Dallas.
hand herpes. I'm telling you.
And they live down the street from each other.
And they're both Longhorns, idiots.
Yeah,
there you go, man.
Too much symmetry.
Too much shaking hands and doing that dumb hook 'em thing. That'll give you hand herpes. You got to watch out for that.
No.
Sung JM 30-1, Tommy Fleetwood, Rasmus Højgaard, and Patrick Cantlay all at 35-1. Any of these guys stand out for you?
No. Well, Patrick Cantlay does, just not for golf reasons.
There's lots of reasons he stands out, huh?
Yeah.
What about Rasmus? He's playing a little more frequently this year. His name's been on the leaderboard, not the first page of the leaderboard, but he's been, I don't want to say, I'm contradicting myself. I like the way he's playing so far this year. I'll put it that way.
Well, you don't know if it's him or his brother Nikolai. They're twins, so you just one guy could be playing 9 holes, the other guy could be playing the other 9 holes. Who knows what's going to happen? But Rasmus had a good showing at Pebble Beach, so I think that will translate a little bit. I had one of my a guy that caddied in our group at Pebble Beach last week. caddied in his group with not for him, but as amateur partner with Minwoo Lee when he shot 65 as at Spyglass.
Right.
And he said it was as easy, never missed a green, never missed a fairway. And if you ever played Spyglass, that's a task, and that's something on its own. So certainly he was impressed with Rasmus Højgaard. So yeah, I mean, wouldn't surprise me. Again, playing at Pebble a couple weeks ago, same type of grass. It would not surprise me if he is in contention this week.
So lots of guys to look out for here at the Genesis this week. We're going to come back on the other side and get into Johnny's picks, my dartboard picks, and all of those things for you here as we preview the 2025 Genesis Invitational from Torrey Pines, not Riviera. I am INdyCarTim. That's Johnny, PGA of America member Johnny Gerber. We'll be back after this.
Hello, sports fans. FanStream Sports.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
In 1993, Bob opened the original Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon Avenue. 32 years later, the original Bob still greets you at the original Bob's. And now his sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch has opened in McKinney. Same fantastic beef and fresh seafood at these two Bob's, each run by the Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Hi, golfers. INdyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much, if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I am still INdyCarTim. That is still Johnny. Could you go refresh your drink, Johnny? I saw you late coming back.
No, I got my 7-Up going. I'm doing a little packing and a little everything. I've only been back home for that. That looks good right now. I haven't had one of those Mildred Lights since the last time. I might have had a couple.
Light.
I had a couple 805s when I was out, and I like when I go out to Pebble Beach. Well, 805. I got to pick some up. 805 up for Mills when I get to Columbus, but I don't know if I have enough time. I don't know. He's gonna be mad at me if I don't bring
where's
him
Mills?
805s.
Why you can't get 805s up there?
Can't get 805 east of St. Louis or east of Kansas City.
Where do they make it?
It's California beer,
Oh, gross.
so they don't
No, I didn't
distribute. They don't distribute. It's good though. It's good.
I mean, this is
Yeah, so-
2025. Why can't we deliver beer over a river? I mean, it seems dumb.
Well, some distributors don't want to pay that tax. It costs so much money to ship all that stuff to further away. I mean, I
To
don't
cross
know.
the bridge, to cross the Mississippi River, we can't pay enough money to cross the Mississippi River in 2025.
I do know. My playing partner that had a great time with at Pebble Beach, Dale Cox, who is with Premium Beverage Supply, one of the best beer distributors in Ohio, craft beer. They are working on getting it. Firestone Walker is the name of the beer company. So all you Columbus people that like a 805 and listen to the show, let's lobby to get 805 across the Mississippi River. Oh, that's actually, is it Mississippi? You have to cross the Mississippi. I don't know.
Yes.
I'm half asleep when I'm driving through that. That's St. Louis anyway.
Not very promising.
No, it's not.
It's not promising at all. Well, you're
You know,
not
my new
driving,
car-
you're not driving to Tampa.
My new that's on you. My new car, just a push button and it just goes and I get to take a nap.
Seems dangerous to me.
A little bit.
Seems dangerous. Let's get into the meat of the show here, Johnny, and the part that makes everybody a little bit of money as we get into Johnny's winning picks for the 2025 Genesee Invitational.
Genesee or Tennessee? Tennessee.
Je m'appelle Tim, et toi? But before Johnny gets to make you money, y'all have to suffer through my dartboard picks. And I don't have a graphic for it because I just didn't have time. I was busy today. And I don't even really have necessarily picks. I've got a couple of guys I want you to watch out for. And then
This is how you win. This is how you win when you just randomly pick.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw some guys. I'm not even going to tell you where to pick them. I'm just going to say put them on your card. And then one of them is a crossover, Johnny, but it doesn't count because I'm not putting him on my card necessarily.
Okay, that's fair.
But a guy that you don't have on your card that I think will do well that I might have put on my dartboard picks is one Keegan Bradley.
Well, there's a reason.
I just think that anytime he steps on a course that requires birdies and bunches, he has a chance to play himself into the mix. Now, he also has a chance to play himself out of the mix, especially if he gets off to a poor start. But if he can have an average or just a decent start for him, he could hang on and give himself a good finish here. He had a bad start at Pebble that sort of ended what was going for him as a really good year to start the year, which included a T6 at the Sony, a T15 at the Farmers. But I think this course sets up well for him, and he's proven he can take down fields of this quality by winning the BMW last year. His start's going to be everything, and that's really my play on Keegan Bradley.
Well, it helps him that there's no cut this week, right? So he's certainly going to make the cut and get 4 rounds. And you're right, he started his poor start at Pebble, but he's a great driver of the golf ball, which is going to help him. He doesn't have top 10 length, but he certainly has top 10 accuracy, and it's going to help him. He's not going to be scared. He certainly can make some birdies if he's driving the ball well. But on the other side of the coin, if he's not driving the ball well, he's going to struggle just because of the length of the golf course. So that's a key, and you'll see at our picks. This is the key to this golf course, especially this week. That driving the golf ball is going to be a premium. Long, high, and straight is going to be the guys you're going to see. The guys who lead the field in driving, total driving, will have a chance to win this week.
Yeah, and then my other guy, we'll just call him a sleeper. Throw him wherever you want. Adam Scott, which I believe is on your card. I won't get into too much with him. He's played well here. It's his first start in La Jolla since the 2021 U.S. Open. A runner-up finish to Justin Rose in 2019. He's played well around these type of venues throughout his career. Get his iron play in order, and he could be a contender here. I'll let you kind of go off on him a little bit more here as we get into.
Don't you have one more?
No, I told you I had two. I'm not going full picks. I don't have full picks. I just had a couple of guys that I liked. The main one being Keegan Bradley there, but we'll get in now to Johnny's muy excelente de picos de El Golfo.
That's good. You getting your Spanish for San Diego. That's pretty good.
Yeah, muy bien. As we introduce Johnny here is Johnny's picks. Tell us about your card, PGA member.
Well, last week, let's jump in a little bit. Last week we didn't have any matchups, but we're still 9-3-2 on our matchups going to after last week. None last week. We got a little bit bad break. We did cash one ticket, but we are still in the red this year. So we're just we had a loss. I think we're about $700 minus $700 for the year. But that's why we say it every week. That's why it's important to follow every single week. We almost got on the good side of it last week, but Cam Young did it to us again. But here nor there, this is a move on week. Let's get right this week. You've seen this pick on our card a lot. Taylor Pendrith, our first pick, 33-1. Love him in this spot. Played well in San Diego. Last at the Farmers. I like this guy. I've liked him all year. I know he's worked hard on his game. And if you talk about the guy that can hit it far, you talk about a guy that can hit it straight. Used to putting greens. Big deal. Taylor Pendrith, love him at 33-1. Our main man, Shane, go ahead, hit it. Hit me with it.
Lowry.
35-1. Creativity is a great attribute to have on this golf course. He's played well on Bermuda. He played well at Pebble. Shane Lowry, 35-1, man. Love him. A guy that played pretty solid a couple weeks ago, Tony Finau, 40-1, fits the mold, hits it high, hits it far. He's probably going to have another kid next week. Who knows? I don't know what's going on with him, but I think his golf game is going to be pretty good with having his 9th or 13th or 14th kid. I think he's settled down a little bit. He's not due to have another one for a couple months, so he might be able to.
6.
Maybe 6. That's 6.
6 isn't a lot. I mean, I have 6.
That's Brady Bunch in my terms. 6 Brady Bunch. So Tony Finau, I like him. I like how he fits the mold in terms of driving the golf ball 40-1. As you said before, with the exception of you picking him, which you don't really have him on your card, so it's official.
Yep.
So it's not official. Adam Scott, 60-1. Adam Scott's has about 2 good years of golf left in him. I like him here at 60-1. Again, hits it high, hits it far. I don't know how many. I mean, I don't think, even though the greens are going to be soft, I don't think you're going to have to shoot 15, 16, 17 under par this week just by the golf course setup. But I think he's determined to make a good run. I think he might have an opportunity to win a major this year, and this golf course is going to be set up difficult to maybe prep him for a major. I love Adam Scott. Ham sandwich pick, 60-1. 2 top 10 picks this week. 2 guys I like that's played well on this golf course. Always plays well there. Jason Day, Columbus guy, plus 320. Again, he's kind of been up and down a little bit this year, but again, fantastic driver of the golf ball. I'm telling you, this is what it's going to be. Plus 320. I love him. And Will Zalatoris, plus 350. Love him in this spot. I think he's finally healthy. Again, nice driver of the golf ball. Hits it high, hits it far. I love him in this spot at 350. 2 top 20 picks this week, and you're going to see the odds are very small because it's a no-cut field when you get into the top 20s. Bobby Mack, your boy, Robert T. McIntyre. Are you messed up? We had
Robert
to correct you. Roberti McIntyre, as you would
Just
call
a
him.
typo.
Plus 125. No, Bob McIntyre, like him in this spot. Creativity, again, is key. He is one of the longest drivers of the golf ball. Doesn't hit it nearly as high as a lot of these other guys that you might need, but he is a great driver, long driver of the golf ball. Like him in this spot, even though he does have short odds at plus 125. And Justin Rose at plus 225. Justin Rose is sneaky long, hits it high, plays very good at bad weather. If you look at him, his success at Pebble, if you look at the success he has had here at Torrey Pines, I love him in this spot at 225. So if you look at all these guys down the list, they're all long ball hitters. They hit the ball extremely far. These guys are top 30 in driving distance and driving on the PGA Tour. It's going to be a week. It doesn't happen very often that total driving is going to have a chance to win this. It's usually short game, 100 yards and in, but this week total driving is a key factor for somebody that's going to win the tournament this week. That's why I like this, guys, and that's why I love this card this week at Torrey Pines.
Very good. There are Johnny's picks. Make sure you're following along at J Gerber PGA Pro on the X. I am at INdyCarTim. The show is at From the Rough PGA. You can get all of Johnny's picks every Wednesday before the tournament, usually around noon or so Central Time. Just go check it out on X. Make sure you're following both of us. Go turn those notifications on so you know when we post really cool stuff for you. Or you can find them on Johnny's social media elsewhere, on Instagram, on the Facebook machine, and everywhere else that you can possibly imagine to find them on. And then, of course, this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, look for Johnny's matchups for the weekend. For Saturday, he'll go over those and send those to me early Saturday morning. I'll get them posted for you on the same spots, so you can take a look at them and have plenty of time to put your money down. But remember, the important thing is you got to play every week and you got to follow. If you're not following, you're not winning, Johnny. So make sure you check all of that out. Any parting words here as we've been previewing the Genesis? Seamus Power, by the way, will tee off 11:30 Central to get the tournament going. But plus 17,000 to win if you're a Seamus Power fan.
Not a bad pick. He plays well. He fits that mold again. No. This is one of the best decisions that the PGA Tour has ever done, moving this tournament out of LA just for the safety of it. They've donated $8 million to the relief fund for the fires in LA. Prayers for all those people in LA. I know everybody hears on the news of, all the superstars and the stars that's house burned down, but there are regular people out there also that's been affected by this fire, hoping that the money that's being raised for this tournament will certainly help those people out there, and still praying for them. I don't know what's going on with the fires out there still, but there are people that do need help. So good for the PGA Tour to do what they're doing, and looking forward to the tournament this week.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We'll be back on Monday to recap the Genesee Invitational from Torrey Pines right here on FanStream Sports. Check us out wherever you get your podcasts, or if you'd like to listen to us live, you can do so on the FanStream Sports mobile app or our YouTube channel at FanStream Sports TV. Just head over to YouTube, type in FanStream Sports in the search bar, and you will find us there. Make sure you subscribe, click the bell to get all of the notifications for all of our great shows here on FanStream Sports. I will be back in the morning for the JP Peterson Show. We got lots to talk about in that Tampa Bay-centric, but national news also-centric sports show with me and JP Peterson right here at FanStream Sports. Until next time, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.